Collision followed collision on the A249 this morning, with dozens of vehicles slamming into each other to create a concertina of car crashes. As they climbed onto the southbound carriageway of the Sheppey crossing just after 7 o'clock this morning, the fog was so thick, drivers failed to see there was an accident before it was almost too late. If they were quick enough to avoid the vehicles in front, there was still danger from behind.
We was just like coming over the top of the bridge and heading down, and it was really foggy, you couldn't see anything, and I saw brake lights in front of me and I just slammed on the brakes and it juddered and I just managed to miss, but then behind a lorry clipped my left, the passenger side with my little boy in there, and we swerved round and I went in front of the lorry, and then I just heard brakes, screeches and bangs, so I just grabbed my son and we just ran down as fast as we could. It was awful. Just worried about my little one, really.
The fog was so bad you could see a car in front, if that, and there was a gentleman running up the side kind of waving his arms, and that's what alerted me to slow down, and I just narrowly missed a van and managed to squeeze myself in across the two lanes, and then a car came up behind us, so we were okay, but then I ripped her out of the seat into the front of the car because I could hear cars screeching behind, and the car behind us got hit.
The first collisions were reported at 7:15 this morning, but witnesses said follow-up crashes continued for up to 10 minutes. By the time emergency services arrived, more than 100 cars had been damaged. Fire crews had to cut 6 people free from the wreckage.
I'm amazed that we haven't had any fatalities. When you look at the number of motorbikes involved and the serious damage to some of these vehicles, I mean, from our perspective, we're pleased that nobody's lost their life today.
Eyewitnesses tweeted video and pictures describing the scene as horrific. Others reported that in spite of the thick fog, some motorists were driving at speed without lights.
We do know visibility was very bad. I understand the visibility was down to about 25 metres with a thick fog, and clearly the visibility will be a key factor in our considerations, but at this stage we haven't yet determined what caused the initial start of the crash.
Ambulance crews treated some motorists while hundreds of others were led away. Casualties have been mercifully light, no fatalities and only 8 people with serious injuries. But the scale of this accident will serve as a sobering reminder to every motorist of the danger of driving in fog. Andrew Verity, BBC News.